Picture this, one man who saved billions from starvation. Today, half the world's population is alive because of his invention, synthetic fertilizer that exploded food production and ended famines forever. But the same man killed thousands in the most horrific way. In World War I, he unleashed the first poison gas, chlorine clouds that choked soldiers, burned their eyes, filled their lungs with acid. One side, savior of humanity; the other, father of chemical warfare. He won the Nobel Prize, while his own wife took his service pistol and ended her life. This is the true story of Fritz Haber, the discovery that killed thousands instead of saving them. Hi, subscribe this channel. 1868, Breslau, Prussia. A Jewish boy named Fritz Haber is born into a modest merchant family. His mother dies in childbirth. From the start, life teaches him loss and ambition. Young Fritz dreams of science to conquer nature itself. 1880. Fritz excels in school but faces anti-Semitism. He converts to Christianity to open doors in German academia. He believes assimilation will let his genius shine. Patriotism burns in him. He wants to serve the fatherland. 1890s, university year. Haber studies chemistry in Berlin and Heidelberg. He's brilliant but restless. He marries Clara Immerwahr, a fellow chemist and one of the first women to earn a PhD in chemistry in Germany. She's passionate about pacifism and women's rights. 1900. Haber works on fixing nitrogen from air. The world faces a crisis. Natural fertilizers are running out. Without new sources, mass starvation looms for growing populations. Haber sees this as humanity's greatest threat. 1909. Break. In his Karlsruhe lab, Haber and engineer Carl Bosch perfect the Haber-Bosch process: high pressure, high temperature, catalyst, turning air's nitrogen into ammonia for fertilizer. It's a miracle. Food production can explode. 1910. The process scales up. Factories rise. Farmers rejoice. Experts predict it could feed billions more people. Haber is hailed as a savior of mankind, but war clouds gather in Europe. 1914. World War I erupts. Germany is blockaded by the British Navy. No more Chilean nitrates for explosives or fertilizer. Haber's invention suddenly becomes vital for both food and munitions. Haber volunteers for the war effort. He believes science must serve the nation. He joins the military chemistry section. His mind turns from feeding people to breaking the stalemate of trench warfare. 1914, 1915. Soldiers die by the millions in mud-filled trenches. Machine guns and artillery make advances impossible. Haber proposes a radical idea: poison gas. He argues it will end the war quickly, saving more lives in the long run. The German High Command approves chlorine gas, cheap, heavier than air, suffocating. Haber personally oversees cylinder production. He's promoted to captain. Clara begs him to stop. He refuses. Duty to the fatherland comes first. April 22, 1915, Ypres, Belgium. The first major gas attack. Germans release 168 tons of chlorine from thousands of cylinders. A greenish-yellow cloud rolls toward French and Algerian troops. Panic erupts. Men clutch throats, eyes burning, lungs filling with acid. Thousands collapse, drowning on dry land. Over 5,000 die or are incapacitated in minutes. The Allies are shocked. Gas warfare is born. Haber watches from a nearby hill. He sees the horror he unleashed. Reports say the cloud killed thousands. He feels no remorse, only pride that Germany gained ground. Clara confronts him at home. She calls him a monster. They argue violently. That night, Clara takes Haber's service revolver and shoots herself in the heart. She dies. Their 13-year-old son Hermann finds her body. Haber buries his wife quickly. He leaves for the Eastern Front the next day to plan more attacks. Grief is buried under duty. His son grows up hating him. 1915–1918. Gas escalates. Phosgene, mustard gas. Haber's team develops delivery methods. Chemical weapons kill or maim over 90,000 soldiers in Dub Y, with hundreds of thousands more scarred for life. Allies retaliate with their own gas. The horror is mutual. Haber is labeled a war criminal by the Allies, but in Germany, he's a hero. 1918. Germany loses the war. Haber flees briefly to Switzerland to avoid arrest. The Treaty of Versailles brands chemical weapons illegal. Haber returns to Germany. He wins the Nobel Prize in chemistry for the ammonia process, not gas. The award is in 1918 but presented in 1919. Allies protest. Many laureates boycott the ceremony. Haber stands alone on stage in Stockholm. No applause from some. He accepts the prize, saying science is neutral. But inside, he feels the weight of Clara's death and the blood on his hands. 1920. Haber rebuilds his life. He leads the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute. He helps Jewish scientists. Irony: the man who gassed troops now protects his own people from rising anti-Semitism. Fertilizer plants boom worldwide. The Green Revolution begins early. Millions avoid famine in Europe and Asia thanks to synthetic nitrogen. Experts later say Haber's process supports half the world's population. 1933. Hitler rises. Haber, despite conversion, is targeted as Jewish. Nazis dismiss him from his institute. The man who served Germany so loyally is now an outcast. Scene 24. Haber's health fails. Heart problems from years of stress and chemical exposure. He travels to Switzerland for treatment. 1934. Basel. Alone in a hotel, Fritz Haber dies of a heart attack at 65. Few attend his funeral. His son Hermann barely speaks to him before the end. The world learns Zyklon B, a pesticide Haber helped develop, was used in Holocaust gas chambers. Over 1 million Jews murdered with a descendant of his chemistry. Historians debate, did Haber save more lives than he took? Estimates: chemical weapons killed 100,000 in WWI. Ammonia synthesis enabled billions alive today who otherwise wouldn't be. In American classrooms, Haber is rarely taught, but farmers in Iowa and Nebraska use his legacy every day to grow corn that feeds the world. A modern scientist reflects, Haber showed science has no morality. The same discovery can feed a village or poison a battlefield. A modern scientist reflects, Haber showed science has no morality. The same discovery can feed a village or poison a battlefield. Flashback to 1915 trenches. A young American doughboy, later US involvement, coughs from mustard gas. Blinded, he survives but carries scars forever. Cut to 2020's Midwest farm. A family harvests wheat fertilized by synthetic nitrogen. Their children eat well. They never know the name Fritz Haber. Haber's grave in Basel is simple, no grand monument. Visitors leave stones, some in anger, some in thanks. Clara's memory fades. She was a brilliant chemist who opposed war. Her death becomes a footnote in Haber's story. Haber once wrote, "In peace, science serves humanity. In war, it serves the nation." He chose nation over humanity. Today, global population nears 8 billion. Without Haber-Bosch, experts say famine would have claimed billions earlier. Yet in military museums, gas masks from you remind us one man's genius birthed both life and death. An American veteran of chemical exposure in later wars asks, is progress worth the price? Haber's story echoes in debates over AI, nuclear power, gene editing, tools that can save or destroy. In the end, Haber was neither monster nor saint. He was human, ambitious, patriotic, flawed. His discovery didn't just kill thousands, it fed billions. The tragedy is that both are true. Imagine a world without his fertilizer, empty shelves, starving cities, collapsed societies. Now imagine trenches without gas, perhaps shorter war, fewer total deaths, but we'll never know. Haber's Nobel medal was auctioned after his death, a reminder that prizes don't erase blood. Young scientists today read his story and ask, where do I draw the line? Haber's final words reportedly, I lived for science and for Germany. But science doesn't care about borders, it simply reveals what's possible, for good or evil. In America, we celebrate inventors who change the world. Haber forces us to ask, at what cost? The discovery saved them from hunger, but it killed thousands from poison. His legacy is written in golden wheat fields and silent battlefields alike. Fritz Haber, the man who fed billions and whose other discovery killed thousands, a reminder that the greatest breakthroughs carry the heaviest shadows. What would you choose? Food for the world or peace on the battlefield?